Hello and welcome to another video in my playthrough series of A&A Arnhem 44, and this one is about the German movement phase of turn 3. I've used some miniature dice to show and to track the movement for the benefit of this video a little bit of certain units. This is a reinforcement that has just entered the board, an 88. This infantry unit has entered from here. It has crossed the ferry, so it cannot get much further than this. It could have moved one more hex, but just in case of an allied air attack or something, I thought it might be a good idea to give it the cover of the city or the town there. This unit has entered as well, so they're trying to put some pressure on the allies there on the drop zone, and trying to push forward to Nijmegen, or at least not to allow any more airborne troops to put pressure on the hex guarding the bridge there. This unit came from here, trying to close in on the drop zone as well, which will have to be guarded, of course, and also this infantry artillery unit really doesn't want to be there on its own, guarding against the German attack. Maybe these will try to move forward. Well, they actually could. I could do it like this, actually. So this one would move out of the enemy zone, costing one more than it normally would. So it would cost 2 to enter the city, and then like this again. I cannot move here directly because you cannot move from Zok to Zok. But by first moving out and then moving in, that is an option. And this way it also puts some pressure on the artillery right away. And this one couldn't get any further. Because it has 7 movement points, and I believe this was like 6.5 or something like that, so it cannot move any further, but on the next turn it could move in here and really put some serious pressure on the allies there too. In the south, we've had some German reinforcements enter as well, all of these. They basically followed the same road, literally. The tank managed to get up to here, and the infantry and the artillery are a bit slower. They have a movement value of 7, so they couldn't get any further than this. But still, I mean, so the idea for them is to cut off the road here for the advancing 30th Corps, but of course 30th Corps will get to move first, so they might actually beat them to it. But they definitely will, sooner or later, be able to put some pressure on the road anyway, as it was historically. They could just cut supplies. That would be enough. They don't actually have to destroy the units. So let's see how that turns out. There's one more unit from the south. It started the same from the same direction and the same path, but then it moved here all the way up to the village of, I believe it's Deurne. It couldn't get any further. That's the maximum it could get, but the idea is to support these troops over here, trying to put some pressure on the Allied supply lines, especially here in the south as well, close to where the entry hexes are of 30th Corps. Here in the north, I've put some green arrows. These are the places on this side of the map where the Germans can leave the board at will during one movement phase and then re-enter on the next movement phase. Now, in this particular case, on that side, nothing happened, but on the other side, the German units that were really being cornered here in the village of Best decided to move off map, and they can do so between these 2 arrows. So they just moved off the road, and they can re-enter between these same arrows, so not on the other side of the board, between these same 2 arrows on the next German movement phase. So they will probably re-enter here and also try to cut off the allies here, and these units will probably already have passed by then. But any follow-up reinforcements from the allies will probably run into the Germans here somewhere, and yeah, as I said, cutting off a supply route is more than enough for the Germans. They don't necessarily need to destroy the units. Yeah, so that's it, for, I believe. Well, one more thing I can show you. I didn't actually mark these, but some of these German units moved, and they're probably going to try and attack this unit here, so as to also put some serious pressure on the Allied drop zone. yeah, and I think that pretty much covers it. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.